right, Ron, let's go to our friend Chelsa Messinger, the host of the Daily Tip, Audacy
she's had
Sports.
to listen to this crap.
Unfortunately. Audacy Sports Betting Insider. Insider calls are presented by BetQL. Get access to data and insights the sportsbooks don't want you to see. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today. Chelsea, we're talking more about the Jags-Colts game because the Steelers, well, they obviously need to win. We'll talk about that in a minute. They need the Jaguars to beat the Colts. What's the latest spread you've seen on that game? I think Jacksonville has a puncher's chance. Ron thinks they don't even have a lottery winning chance. What do you think?
Wow, starting off the interview on a bang. Jags Colts, the game that everybody's clamoring to talk about. We've got the Jags getting 15.5 points at home, which is absolutely bananas when it comes to NFL spreads. But the Jags have just been so bad this year. However, there's an interesting stat when it comes to this one.
You ready? You're on.
The Colts have been so bad against the spread against the Jaguars. Listen to this. Over the past 7 seasons, 1-11-1 against the spread against the Jaguars. So, knowing that, do you really want to take 15.5 and trust the Colts to cover that kind of number? Like, this is, screaming a stay-away game for me, but, if you were to play aside, 15.5 points against this team that clearly does not match up well with them within the division.
Okay, covering is one thing, Chelsea. What chance do you give of Jacksonville actually winning
What
this game?
percent chance can Jacksonville win?
0.
There we go, Joe. Now she's coming around to my side here.
There's never a 0 chance, Chelsea. They beat the Bills on the same field as a 16.5-point underdog.
Have you watched the Jags this year? I have bet actual U.S. dollars on the Jags this year, and I have been let down in the biggest of ways. And even the week after Urban Meyer was fired, a lot of people were on the Jaguars, and what did they do? They lost outright. So it's really a team that's almost unbettable. However, I will say that that's one of BetQL's 5-star best bets this week is the Jags plus 15.5. So take with that what you will. But it's certainly not the premier game on the card. I do know that the Colts have to win to get in the playoffs. So motivation's there. They're a good team. But if you remember last year, the Jags won one game, and guess what the game was? It was against the Colts.
All right, what do you think of the Steelers and Ravens this week, Chelsea?
God. All right. I was all hyped up for the Steelers and Browns game. They had 1,000 hype videos. I was excited to watch Big Ben, his final, presumptive game at Heinz Field. And then we saw those two offenses put the worst display of offenses I've seen in a long time on a football field in the first half. Are you ready to trust that Steelers offense? I honestly feel like they gave it all they had in that game, and it still wasn't a whole lot against a terrible Browns team that's all but packed it in, and Baker Mayfield's trying to give away games, it looks like. I will say Najee Harris looked a lot better. For a guy that was averaging well under 4 yards a carry for most of the season, it looks like he's hit another gear. I don't know if it was the Browns defense just being bad, but he was running hard and running through contact, and obviously a huge game. 180 yards on the ground for Najee Harris. So maybe he has a better game here, and this is a Ravens defense that certainly could be had. But this number is a little telling to me. I think it's probably going to be Ravens or nothing for me.
Chelsea, we appreciate the time. Can you at least up the chance of the Jags winning to above 0? Give me a 0.1. I mean, there has to be a chance, right?
Well, in the COVID era, yeah, because half the team can be out. And the NFL can be like, oh, you don't have any quarterbacks? Well, you're still going to play. So.
Thank you, Chelsea.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Happy New Year to you, too, and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
All right. Bye, guys.
Ron, she's giving him a chance.